Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today we're talking about Vinco Ventures, going with the ticker BBIG. Now I'm going to be introducing new pieces of due diligence relating towards this one, and then what I think about this one, and then technical analysis. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. Now in my last video I did talk about it, it's in my description below, but we have some pieces of news that we want to go first, including the NFT album prices currently going. But first off, company to host second quarter 2021 earnings conference call today on August 25th, 2021. This is in relations towards their earnings for the second quarter ending June 30th, 2021. If you haven't heard about Vinco Ventures before, it's a digital media merger and acquisition company. And part of their latest highlights includes Vinco Ventures and Zash Global Media and Entertainment through their joint ventures. ZVV Media Partners LLC completes an acquisition of 80% interest in Lomotive. Lomotive has achieved a record number of monthly active users with over 30 million MAUs according to data analysis firm Sensor Tower. The Lomotive India initiative continues to work well with robust user growth on a monthly basis. India will remain a focus of the target market. Also, Vinco Ventures currently has approximately $80 million of cash as of today, and the current registered warrant are approximately 44 million, provide the company with additional capital of around more than $140 million when exercised. In April of 2021, the company acquired the assets of Immersive Entertainment in an all-stock deal. Utilizing the Immersive assets, the company developed an EVNT platform which operates the NFT commerce site e-nft.com. The company also recently launched recording artist Tory Lane's album When It's Dark on the e-nft.com platform, and its first album to go platinum on blockchain with over 1 million units sold. The company has also announced the spin-off of EVNT platform into its own publicly traded company. The date of the record has not been set. And some of the financial highlights includes, for the 3 months ending June 30th, 2021, revenue decreased to $2.69 million compared to $5.17 million for the 3 months ending June 30th, 2020, which comes out to be around 48% decrease. The decrease in revenue is mainly attributed to the decrease in sales of personal protective equipment and Edison Nation Medical Division. For 3 months ending June 30th, 2021, the gross profit decreased by $198,424 as compared to the 3 months before ending June 30th, 2021. Gross profit a decrease of 16.97%. The decrease in gross profit is mainly attributed to the decrease in sales of personal protective equipment in Edison Nation Medical Division. For the 3 months ending June 30th, 2021, gross margins increased to 36.06% as compared to the 3 months ending June 30th, 2021 at a gross margin of 22.59%. The lower margin in the prior period are due to revenues from lower margins in Edison Nation Medical Division. And they also have the first half of 2021, but I'm going to move on to just the net losses. So the net loss in the second quarter of 2021 was around $183.89 million, or around $5.13 per basic diluted share, compared to a net loss of $1.62 million, or 18 cents per share in the same period last year. The increase in the net loss is primarily due to issuance of warrants during this period. And the net loss of the first 6 months of 2020 was $246.14 million, or around $8.95 per basic and diluted share, compared to a net loss of 35 cents in the same period back in the first 6 months of 2020. So you get to see the net loss of first 6 months of 2020 was $8.95 per share. Meanwhile, first 6 months of 2021 was only 4 cents. So that's an increase in net loss is primarily due to the increase of warrants issued during this period. Now, moving on towards the marketplace, but before then, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on. Also, don't forget to drop a like to this video and join our Discord totally free in the description below. Now, in relations towards that marketplace, If you do recall in my last video, each one of these albums were sold for a mere $1. And currently, we're able to see the market prices fluctuate. Currently, it's hovering around $4.95. Around a couple hours ago, it was around $4 on the low, $5 on the high. Currently, it seems that a lot of people are reselling theirs around closer to $5. So that seems the current price. It looks like some people are putting into $4.85, $4.95, and $4.99 just to try to capture that below $5 or for a quick sell. But a lot of these people appear to be resellers. And so they're trying to flip a quick buck. My anticipation, because there's only around 50-ish people here, I wouldn't say there's a massive amount of people selling. So a lot of people are probably just waiting on for this one, leaving it for probably a year or so, trying to see if it does increase to the 100 or a really massive value. Now, the current anticipation, there's a lot of speculations about what price point this would be, and it really is more of an experiment for this company and as well, I'm pretty sure for Tory Lanez, to try to understand the price momentum. But so far, we've seen around 500% return, and that is a massive return for 500% from $1 to $5. And the question is, how far will it go? It could turn up to be something like a Ponzi scheme where someone buys it in hopes for it to be $100 by the end of the year, and someone else buys it at 100 to sell for 1,000, etc. But I do anticipate that something like this is considered still collectible with only 1 million shares, or sorry, 1 million copies given. It probably would be around $10 within a month or so. I mean, it's just speculation. It's just throwing a guess based on the market itself. But as long as cryptocurrency is valid, NFT like this one here seems to be a hot one. Now, moving on from there, on institutional buyers, you're able to see that a couple of days ago, Morgan Stanley added around 73,000 shares, and you get to see some additions here and there. In terms of SEC filings, we don't have much going on other than warrants being acquired at 377 or 372 per share. Currently, the stock price is at 310, and we can move on now towards technical analysis to discuss this further. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, what we see for Vinco Ventures is something really interesting. Now, even though the price points have slumped in the past to 216, but we're currently seeing this kind of push upwards, and I'll draw that channel to show you a little bit later on. But currently, what seems to be happening is there's a lot more buyers currently interested in this one. This is seen in the William percent R, which is very similar to the relative strength index, showing that this one is overbought, in a sense that there are a lot more interest in buying. And the MACD on the histogram shows a positive reversal as it goes to the positive side, and momentum does support this one as it's currently on the positive side of momentum at 0.11. So there's definitely strong buying action, and that's very bullish. Now, on the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, both are actually pinpointing upwards, suggesting a strong reversal onto this one, and that's a very strong thing. This reversal is ongoing, and I'm going to show you a key indicator in a second, but before then, the moving average bands seems to be stabilizing into a horizontal action at this point, and that's very bullish. The current top of that is 320, the middle is 291, and the bottom is 262. There's definitely a lot of interest into this one, and it's kind of stabilizing in the price action. Before moving on towards supports and resistances, you gotta take a look into this channel. So this channel right onto here, there is some outliers, but currently it's above there, so above this channel. And if we were to consider the outliers, we're able to see that the current price action might be still considered within that channel, and that channel top would be 360. So above that 360 level, it's definitely way above that channel, but currently the bottom in terms of the support for this channel is 292. And hopefully we're going to be able to get out of this downward channel into something more positive. As you get to see with the marketplace, it does seem to be very much of a success, going up to 500%. And other artists might want to go into that, at least as NFT stays hot, and get a little bit of that pie, as you get to imagine that Tory Lanez does get a cut with each transaction or royalties. Now, in terms of Fibonacci retracements, you're able to see that there is a very significant support that was a hard resistance to break at the 307. And then above there, in terms of resistances, it's 428, 526, and 623. Now, if we were to go ahead with price line actions, we're able to see that there is currently a strong kind of resistance or slash support at 312. It keeps going back and forth between those two, and then below there it's 282, going down to 259, and then down to around 226, going to 215, and then 199, going down to around 160, and then 136. In terms of resistances, we're able to see a current resistance at 323, and then above there 342, and then 365 going up to 392, 421 going upwards to 456, and then 466, 503, and then 544, and then 603. Comes to the question, Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, as NFTs continues to be hot, their balance sheets and revenues and gross margins and everything in between needs fixing. It needs a lot of fixing there, and it needs a lot of attention. Warrants is a bit of an issue, as you get to see it massively disrupted the balance sheet. Hopefully you're going to be able to recover out of that without the shareholders having to cut on expenses, whether it's dilution or raising more shares as an acquisition party or whatever it is it might be. But in terms of the Vinco or itself, the BBIG marketplace, the ENFT.com, and how it's becoming more of a success with Tory Lane's album going up to 500%, the first platinum blockchain basically album, you're able to see that there might be a lot more artists out there that would be very much interested in that, and that might be more of a disruptive technology relating towards a marketplace for streaming services. That could be massive. Now, I'm not saying that's probably going to disrupt the world in the next 3 months, but I'm thinking that it has some kind of adapters and or people who are willing to early adapt this technology, and it has some people, as you get to see, sold 1 million copies. Now, definitely you get to see some scalpers there who are trying to resell it for $5, and you might anticipate that will happen nonetheless. And the question is, how will it perform in the longer term? So we'll have to take a look in the next month or so, but definitely this jump alone, definitely, and Tory Lanez being a big name, definitely would bring more artists into the table for them. Now, what do you think about this sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.